Welcome to my channel. If you love rare and valuable coins, you're in the right place. Today, we're talking about 5-cent coins that could be worth serious money, and many people still have them in their pockets without even knowing it. Let's start with the 1974 5-cent coin. The 1974 5-cent coin of the United States, commonly known as the Jefferson Nickel, is an interesting and important coin for collectors, historians, and everyday people who want to understand the story behind American money. This coin represents a period in U.S. history when the country was going through economic change, rising inflation, and social transformation. Although the 1974 5-cent coin is generally considered a common coin, its background, production details, metal composition, varieties, errors, and collector value make it worth studying in full detail. The 5-cent coin issued in 1974 features the classic Jefferson nickel design that had already been in use for several decades. The obverse side of the coin shows a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States and one of the founding fathers. His portrait was designed by sculptor Felix Schlag and first introduced in 1938. By 1974, this design had become familiar to generations of Americans, symbolizing stability and continuity in U.S. coinage. Jefferson's image on the coin reflects his importance in American history, particularly his role in drafting the Declaration of Independence and serving as president during the early years of the nation. On the reverse side of the 1974 5-cent coin is the image of Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's famous home in Virginia. Monticello is one of the most recognizable buildings in American history and represents Jefferson's intellectual life, architectural talent, and influence on American culture. The word Monticello appears above the building, while 5 cents is written below it. Around the edges, the inscriptions United States of America and E Pluribus Unum are present. This reverse design had also been in use since 1938 and continued until 2004, making the 1974 issue part of a long and consistent design era. The 1974 5-cent coin was produced at two main U.S. mint facilities. One version was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not use a mint mark at the time, and the other version was struck at the Denver Mint, identified by a small D mint mark located on the obverse side to the right of Jefferson's portrait. No regular circulation proof nickels dated 1974 were struck at the San Francisco Mint for general release, although proof coins were produced specifically for collectors. In terms of mintage, the 1974 5-cent coin was produced in very large numbers. The Philadelphia Mint struck hundreds of millions of coins, and the Denver Mint also produced a very high quantity. This massive production was necessary because the nickel was heavily used in daily commerce during the 1970s. Vending machines, public transportation, parking meters, and everyday transactions all relied on 5-cent coins. Because so many 1974 nickels were made, most examples found today are common and not rare. The metal composition of the 1974 5-cent coin is an important detail for collectors and investors. Unlike silver coins used earlier in U.S. history, the 1974 nickel is composed of a copper-nickel alloy. Specifically, it contains 75% copper and 25% nickel. The total weight of the coin is 5 grams, and it has a diameter of approximately 21.21 millimeters. The edge of the coin is smooth, without any reading. This composition gives the coin its distinctive silver-gray appearance, even though it contains no actual silver. From a historical perspective, the year 1974 was significant in the United States. The country was dealing with the effects of the oil crisis, high inflation, and economic uncertainty. Coin production during this time focused more on quantity than artistic change, which is why the design remained the same. The government needed enough coins to keep commerce moving smoothly, and the 5-cent coin played a critical role in everyday life. When it comes to value, the 1974 5-cent coin in circulated condition is generally worth its face value of 5 cents. Because so many were produced and saved, worn examples are extremely common. However, coins in uncirculated condition, especially those with strong details, full steps on Monticello and minimal marks, can be worth more to collectors. Uncirculated examples from both Philadelphia and Denver can range from a small premium to several dollars, depending on their condition. One of the most important factors affecting the value of a 1974 nickel is the presence of full steps on the reverse side. The steps of Monticello are often weak or worn due to striking issues and circulation. A coin with 5 or 6 fully visible and uninterrupted steps is considered higher quality and more desirable. Such coins are harder to find and can command significantly higher prices, especially when graded by professional grading services. Proof versions of the 1974 5-cent coin were produced at the San Francisco Mint. These proof coins were made specifically for collectors using polished dies and specially prepared planchets. Proof coins have a mirror-like background and sharp, frosted details. A 1974 S-proof nickel is more valuable than a regular circulation coin and is commonly found in original proof sets from that year. While still not extremely rare, proof coins are an important part of any serious Jefferson nickel collection. Errors and varieties add another layer of interest to the 1974 5-cent coin. Some examples may show doubling on the date or lettering, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or other minting errors. While major errors are not common, they do exist and can be worth significantly more than standard coins. Collectors actively search through rolls of nickels hoping to find such errors, which in turn an ordinary 5-cent coin into a valuable collectible. Die varieties are also of interest, although the 1974 nickel does not have as many famous varieties as some other years. Still, minor differences in lettering, date size, or die work can attract specialists who focus on Jefferson nickel varieties. These subtle details often require magnification and careful comparison, making them appealing to advanced collectors. Condition plays a critical role in determining the value and desirability of a 1974 5-cent coin. Coins that have been heavily circulated often show wear on Jefferson's hair, face, and collar, as well as softness in the details of Monticello. Scratches, stains, and discoloration can further reduce value. On the other hand, coins that were saved shortly after minting or stored in rolls can remain in excellent condition, retaining much of their original luster. The 1974 5-cent coin also holds educational value. It serves as an excellent example for new collectors learning about U.S. coinage, mint marks, grading, and metal composition. Because the coin is affordable and easy to find, it allows beginners to practice identifying details and understanding how condition affects value. In today's market, interest in Jefferson Nickels has been steadily growing. While the 1974 issue may not be rare, it is part of a long and respected series. Completing a full date and mint mark set of Jefferson Nickels often includes the 1974 Philadelphia and Denver issues, making them essential pieces for collectors. Next is a 1979 D5 cents coin. The 1979 D5 cents coin of the United States, widely known as the Jefferson Nickel, is an important coin for collectors, historians, and people interested in American currency. This coin belongs to the long-running Jefferson Nickel series, which began in 1938 and remained mostly unchanged for many decades. By 1979, the Jefferson Nickel had already become one of the most familiar coins in everyday American life, used daily in shops, vending machines, transportation systems, and countless small transactions. Although the 1979 D nickel is considered a common coin, its history, production background, design details, metal composition, minting quality, and collector interest make it a valuable subject for detailed study. The obverse side of the 1979 D5 cents coin features the well-known portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. This portrait was designed by Felix Schlag and had been in use for over 40 years by the time the 1979 coin was produced. Jefferson is shown facing left, with strong facial features that reflect classical design influences. The word liberty appears to the left of Jefferson's portrait, followed by a star, while the date 1979 is displayed on the right side. The motto "In God We Trust" is also visible on the obverse, positioned near Jefferson's neck. This design emphasizes Jefferson's importance in American history as a founding father, author of the Declaration of Independence, and advocate for democratic values. The reverse side of the 1979 D5 cents coin displays Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's historic home in Virginia. Monticello is one of the most iconic buildings in the United States and represents Jefferson's architectural genius, intellectual curiosity, and lasting cultural influence. The word Monticello is written above the building, while 5 cents appears below it, clearly indicating the coin's denomination. Around the outer edges of the reverse are the inscriptions United States of America and E pluribus unum, a Latin phrase meaning out of many one, symbolizing the unity of a nation. This reverse design remained unchanged from 1938 until 2004, making the 1979 issue part a classic and widely recognized design era. The D mint mark on the 1979 5-cent coin indicates that it was produced at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint was one of the main facilities responsible for producing large quantities of coins for circulation during the late 20th century. The mint mark is located on the obverse side, just to the right of Jefferson's portrait. In 1979, both the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint struck nickels for circulation, but only the Denver coins carry the D mint mark. Proof versions of the 1979 nickel were produced at the San Francisco Mint, identified by an S mint mark, but these were intended for collectors rather than everyday use. The mintage of the 1979 D5 coin was very high, with hundreds of millions of coins struck. This large production was necessary because nickels were heavily used in commerce. During the late 1970s, inflation and rising prices increased the need for small denomination coins. The 5-cent coin played a key role in daily transactions, especially in vending machines, laundromats, parking meters, and public transportation systems. Because of this massive mintage, the 1979 D nickel is widely available today and is commonly found in circulated condition. The metal composition of the 1979 D5 coin is an important aspect of its identity. Like most modern U.S. nickels, it is made of a copper-nickel alloy, consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. The coin weighs exactly 5 grams and has a diameter of approximately 21.21 millimeters. Its edge is smooth without any reading. This durable metal composition was chosen to withstand heavy circulation while maintaining a consistent appearance. Although the coin has a silver-colored look, it contains no silver, unlike older U.S. coins minted before the mid-1960s. The year 1979 was a notable period in U.S. history. The country was experiencing economic challenges, including inflation, energy concerns, and changes in monetary policy. Coin designs during this era focused on practicality and efficiency rather than artistic redesign. As a result, the Jefferson nickel design remained unchanged, reflecting continuity and stability in American coinage. The 1979 D nickel serves as a physical reminder of this period, representing everyday life and economic conditions in late 1970s America. In terms of value, the 1979 D5 coin in circulated condition is generally worth its face value of 5 cents. Because so many were produced and circulated, worn examples are extremely common. Coins that show heavy wear, scratches, or discoloration typically do not carry any premium. However, coins in uncirculated condition can be worth more, especially those that retain their original mint luster and sharp details. Uncirculated 1979 D nickels may sell for a small premium, depending on their grade and overall eye appeal. One of the most important factors that can significantly increase the value of a 1979 D nickel is the presence of strong, full steps on the reverse side. The steps of Monticello are often weak or incomplete due to the way the coin was struck. A coin is considered to have full steps when at least 5 or 6 steps at the base of Monticello are clearly visible and uninterrupted. These coins are much harder to find and are highly desirable among Jefferson nickel collectors. A 1979 D nickel with full steps, especially in high mint state grades, can be worth considerably more than a standard uncirculated coin. Proof versions of the 1979 5-cent coin were struck at the San Francisco Mint. These proof coins were made using specially prepared dies and polished planchets, resulting in a mirror-like background and sharp, frosted details. Proof coins were not intended for circulation and were sold directly to collectors as part of proof sets. A 1979 S-proof nickel is more valuable than a regular circulation coin, particularly if it is well preserved and free from scratches or spots. Mint errors add another layer of interest to the 1979 D5 coin. While major errors are relatively rare, they do exist. Examples include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, double strikes, and die cracks. Some coins may show minor doubling in the lettering or date, caused by die wear or misalignment during the minting process. Error coins are highly collectible because they are unique and often visually striking. Depending on the type and severity of the error, a 1979 nickel with a mint error can be worth many times its face value. Die varieties also attract specialized collectors. Although the 1979 nickel does not have many widely known major varieties, minor differences in dies, such as variations in lettering thickness or spacing, can still be of interest. These subtle differences require careful examination and magnification, making them appealing to advanced collectors who enjoy detailed study. Condition is a crucial factor in determining the desirability of a 1979 D5. Coins may also display contact marks, scratches, or dull surfaces from years of use. In contrast, like the 1979 nickel remain essential for completing date and mint mark sets. Collectors who aim to assemble a full Jefferson Nickels series must include the 1979 issue, giving it lasting importance despite its common status. Now, let's talk about the 1987 P5 cents coin. The 1987 P5 cents coin of the United States, commonly called the Jefferson Nickel, is an important coin within modern American coinage and holds special interest for collectors because of its historical context, minting background, and the unique role it plays in the Jefferson Nickel series. Although at first glance it may appear to be an ordinary nickel, the 1987 P5 cent coin represents a turning point in U.S. mint production practices and remains a meaningful piece for both beginner and advanced collectors. The obverse of the 1987 P5 cents coin features a familiar left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson. This portrait was designed by Felix Schlag and has been a defining feature of the Jefferson Nickel since its introduction in 1938. Jefferson's image is calm and dignified, reflecting his status as the third president of the United States and a key figure in American history. He was the principal author of the Declaration of Independence and a strong advocate for liberty, education, and democratic ideals. On the obverse, the word liberty appears to the left of Jefferson's portrait, followed by a star, while the date 1987 is placed to the right. The motto "In God We Trust" is visible near Jefferson's neckline, maintaining a traditional element seen on many U.S. coins. The reverse of the 1987 P5 cents coin displays Monticello, the historic Virginia home of Thomas Jefferson. Monticello is one of the most recognized architectural landmarks in the United States and symbolizes Jefferson's intellect, creativity, and influence beyond politics. Above the building is the word Monticello, while the denomination 5 cents appears below it. Encircling the design are the inscriptions United States of America and E pluribus unum, a phrase meaning out of many one, representing the unity of the nation. This reverse design remained unchanged from 1938 until 2004, making the 1987 issue part of the classic Jefferson Nickel era. The P associated with the 1987 5 cents coin refers to the Philadelphia Mint. Historically, the Philadelphia Mint did not use a mint mark on nickels, but collectors commonly refer to these coins as P mint issues to distinguish them from Denver or San Francisco strikes. What makes the 1987 P5 cents coin especially notable is the fact that, in 1987, the Philadelphia Mint did not produce nickels for general circulation in the same way it had in previous years. Instead, most 1987 Philadelphia nickels were struck specifically for mint sets and were not released into everyday circulation in large quantities. This limited circulation availability gives the 1987 P5 cents coin a unique place in the series. While millions of coins were technically produced, far fewer entered circulation compared to other years. As a result, finding a 1987 P nickel in pocket change is much less common than finding nickels from surrounding years. This has led to increased collector interest, especially among those building complete Jefferson nickel date and mint mark sets. The metal composition of a 1987 P5 cents coin follows the standard modern nickel formula. It is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, with a total weight of 5 grams. The coin has a diameter of approximately 21.21 millimeters and features a smooth edge without reading. This copper-nickel alloy was chosen for durability, as nickels are designed to withstand heavy circulation and long-term use. Although the coin has a silver-like appearance, it contains no silver and has no intrinsic precious metal value. The year 1987 was a period of relative economic stability in the United States compared to the turbulent 1970s. Inflation had slowed, and the U.S. Mint was focusing on efficiency and cost control. One way the Mint managed costs was by adjusting production levels based on demand. In 1987, there was already a surplus of nickels in circulation, reducing the need to strike large quantities for everyday use. This decision directly impacted the availability of the 1987 P5 coin and contributed to its semi-key status in modern Jefferson nickel collecting. In circulated condition, the 1987 P5 coin can be worth more than face value, especially compared to other common modern nickels. Because fewer were released into circulation, even worn examples can attract a small premium among collectors who need the coin to complete a set. Coins that show heavy wear, scratches, or surface damage will generally be worth less than well-preserved examples, but they are still more desirable than heavily circulated nickels from high mintage years. Uncirculated 1987 P nickels are significantly more desirable and valuable. Many of these coins are preserved in original U.S. Mint sets, where they were protected from wear and damage. Uncirculated examples often retain strong luster, sharp details, and clean surfaces. The value of these coins increases with higher grades, especially when certified by professional grading services. Coins graded in high mint state levels can command notable premiums compared to their face value. One of the most important features collectors look for on a Jefferson nickel is the quality of the steps on Monticello. These steps are often weak or incomplete due to the striking process. A coin with clearly defined and uninterrupted steps is referred to as having full steps. Full steps examples of the 1987 P5 coin are particularly scarce and highly sought after. Because Philadelphia strikes from this year were limited, finding a coin with full steps is even more challenging. Such coins can be worth significantly more than standard uncirculated examples. Proof versions of the 1987 5-cent coin were struck at the San Francisco Mint and carry an S Mint mark. These proof coins were made specifically for collectors using polished dies and specially prepared planchets. Proof nickels have mirror-like fields and sharp, frosted details, making them visually striking. While proof coins are not meant for circulation, they play an important role in the overall 1987 nickel lineup and are commonly found in proof sets from that year. Mint errors add another layer of interest to the 1987 P5 coin. Although errors are not common, they do exist and can significantly increase a coin's value. Examples include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, double strikes, and die cracks. Some coins may show minor doubling in the lettering or date, which can result from die wear or misalignment. Error coins are popular because they are unique and provide insight into the minting process. Condition is a critical factor when evaluating the 1987 P5 coin. Circulated coins often show wear on Jefferson's hair, cheek, and jawline, as well as softness in the details of Monticello. Contact marks and dull surfaces are also common in circulated examples. In contrast, uncirculated coins show little to no wear and often display bright, original luster. Coins that have been properly stored since minting are much more attractive to collectors. Cleaning a 1987 P nickel is strongly discouraged. Cleaning can damage the coin's surface, remove original luster, and leave hairline scratches that permanently reduce its continues to hold steady interest. While it is not extremely rare, it is clearly more desirable than many surrounding dates. Collectors assembling full Jefferson Nickels sets often pay special attention to this coin, ensuring they acquire a well-preserved example. Its connection to a period of reduced mint output adds to its long-term appeal. Finally, the 1991 D5 coin. The 1991 D5 coin of the United States, commonly known as the Jefferson Nickel, is a familiar yet historically meaningful coin that reflects American minting practices of the early 1990s. This coin belongs to the long-running Jefferson Nickels series that began in 1938 and remained mostly unchanged for more than 6 decades. By 1991, the Jefferson Nickel had already become a symbol of everyday American life, circulating widely in shops, vending machines, public transportation, and countless daily transactions. While the 1991D nickel is generally considered a common coin, its design, production background, metal composition, and collector appeal make an important piece to understand in full detail. The obverse side of the 1991D 5-cent coin features the left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by sculptor Felix Schlag. Jefferson's portrait is calm and dignified, reflecting his role as the third president of the United States and one of the nation's most influential founding fathers. He is remembered as the principal author of the Declaration of Independence and a strong supporter of individual liberty, education, and democratic principles. On the obverse, the word liberty appears to the left of Jefferson's portrait, followed by a star, while the date 1991 is displayed on the right. The national motto, "In God We Trust," is positioned near Jefferson's neckline, continuing a long tradition in U.S. coin design. The reverse of the 1991D 5-cent coin shows Monticello, the historic home of Thomas Jefferson in Virginia. Monticello is an iconic American landmark and represents Jefferson's architectural skill, intellectual curiosity, and lasting cultural influence. Above the building appears the word Monticello, while the denomination 5 cents is written below. Surrounding the center design are the inscriptions United States of America and E Pluribus Unum, a Latin phrase meaning out of many one, symbolizing unity among the states. This reverse design had been used since 1938 and will remain in place until 2004, making the 1991D issue part of the classic Jefferson Nickel era. The D mint mark on the 1991 5-cent coin indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint was one of the primary producers of circulating coinage in the United States and was known for its large output and generally strong strikes. In 1991, both the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint produced nickels for general circulation, while proof versions were struck at the San Francisco Mint for collectors. The Denver minted 1991 nickel was released widely into circulation and is commonly found today. The mintage of the 1991D 5-cent coin was very high, with hundreds of millions of coins produced. This large reduction was necessary because the nickel continued to play a major role in everyday commerce. Even as prices increased over time, the 5-cent coin remained essential for small purchases, vending machines, parking meters, and public transportation. Because of this high mintage and heavy circulation, the 1991D nickel is widely available in circulated condition. The metal composition of the 1991D 5-cent coin follows the standard modern nickel formula used by the U.S. Mint. It is made of a copper-nickel alloy consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. The coin weighs exactly 5 grams and has a diameter of approximately 21.21 millimeters. Its edge is smooth with no reading. This composition was chosen for durability and resistance to wear, allowing the coin to survive years of circulation while maintaining its shape and design details. Although it has a silver-gray appearance, the coin contains no silver and has no intrinsic precious metal value. The early 1990s were a period of economic adjustment in the United States, marked by a mild recession followed by recovery. Coin designs during this time emphasized consistency and cost efficiency rather than frequent redesigns. As a result, the Jefferson nickel design remained unchanged, reinforcing familiarity and trust in U.S. currency. The 1991D 5-cent coin serves as a physical reminder of everyday American life during this period. In terms of value, the 1991D 5-cent coin in circulated condition is generally worth its face value of 5 cents. Worn examples are extremely common and usually do not carry any premium. Coins that show heavy wear, scratches, or discoloration are typically valued only as spending money. However, coins in uncirculated condition can be worth more, particularly those that retain strong mint luster and sharp details. Uncirculated 1991D nickels may sell for a small premium, depending on their grade and overall eye appeal. One of the most important factors affecting the value of a 1991D nickel is the quality of the steps on Monticello. These steps are often weak or incomplete due to the minting process. Coins with clearly defined and uninterrupted steps are known as full steps examples. Full steps coins are significantly more desirable to collectors and can be worth much more than standard uncirculated coins. High-grade 1991D nickels with full steps are relatively scarce and highly sought after in the Jefferson nickel collecting community. Proof versions of the 1991 5-cent coin were produced at the San Francisco Mint and carry an S Mint mark. These proof coins were struck using specially prepared dies and polished planchets, resulting in sharp details and mirror-like surfaces. Proof nickels were not intended for circulation and were sold to collectors as part of proof sets. While proof coins are more valuable than regular circulation strikes, their value depends on condition and preservation. Mint errors also play a role in the collector market for the 1991D 5-cent coin. While major errors are not common, they do exist and can significantly increase a coin's value. Examples include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, double strikes, and die cracks. Some coins may show minor doubling in the lettering or date, which can result from die wear or alignment issues. Error coins are especially appealing to collectors because they are unique and offer insight into the minting process. Condition is a key factor in determining the desirability of a 1991D 5-cent coin. Circulated coins often show wear on Jefferson's hair, cheek, and jawline, as well as softness in the details of Monticello on the reverse. Contact marks and dull surfaces are also common. In contrast, uncirculated coins show little to no wear and often display bright, original luster. Coins that have been stored properly since minting are far more attractive to collectors. Cleaning a 1991D nickel is strongly discouraged. Cleaning can damage the coin surface, remove original luster, and leave scratches that permanently. Many people start their Jefferson nickel collections with common dates like 1991D before moving on to rarer or more valuable issues. In the modern numismatic market, the 1991D 5-cent coin remains a steady and dependable part of the Jefferson Nickel series. While it is not rare, it is essential for completing date and mint mark sets. Collectors seeking high-quality examples, especially full steps coins or certified high-grade pieces, continue to show interest in this issue. You might be holding a valuable 5-cent coin worth far more than you think. If you enjoy coin collecting and rare coin values, like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more amazing coin discoveries. Thanks for watching and happy collecting.